Hi all. Today's video is part of our Medicare bootcamp series, where we are trying to help insurance agents in having six-figure or more, in open enrollment. If you missed the earlier session, then I suggest you check it out. I left the link in below. Again, quickly introducing myself, I'm Avdesh Saxena. I'm author of Book Friendly Agent, where I've compiled learning from a lot of top insurance agents across, and this book has helped um, others in scaling up their insurance agency. Today's webinar is focused on Medicare, especially how can you build a six-figure or more, business during open enrollment. And we have our special guest, Larry, who's going to share his experience and what he has learned. He's in industry for a long time, since 2010, and he has learned a lot, and he shares a lot of actionable advices. If you have not followed our earlier webinars, I suggest you check it out. In part one, part two, we went through basics of Medicare and how do you get started, and getting contracted, appointed, licensed, and even we talked about how to generate leads, especially how to do it organically, so that you don't end up paying every time. So without further ado, I'll request our presenter today, Larry, to go ahead and share his insights with us.
Appreciate you having me on today. Again, my name is Larry Booksh, independent agency called The Independent Life, and our focus is to helping agents and clients soar to new heights. The last two sessions, Bootcamp 1 and Bootcamp 2, we focus on why Medicare. Then last session, we talked about marketing Medicare. Today we're going to focus on, do you have the Medicare mindset? And that's something I think is often overlooked in the industry, is having the right mindset. So I'm going to talk about the right mindset. I'm going to end it today with a success story of an agent and how she her mindset brought her to success. So first part is, do you have the mindset to make 100K residual income in the Medicare business? That's a question only you can answer. That's one thing that's not really teachable. I mean, you can kind of help coach people, but if you don't bring the right mindset, it probably won't happen. Whenever I think of mindset, I think of Jerry Rice. He's one of my favorite football players, and he has a quote: "I will do today what others won't, so that I can do tomorrow what others can't." I think that's just success. It's not the Medicare business, but I think it's the mindset of success. For the longest time, it was what I had on my signature on my email to remind myself. So today we're going to talk about mindset. Are you coachable? Are you trainable? Success story. And then call to action. If you feel you have the right mindset, how do you get started? So mindset. Is your mindset open, adaptable? Are you closed on doing new things, trying new things, thinking a little different? So I'm going to start off with this example with this question. Would you drive 2 hours for an appointment if you're not sure of a sale? And I can tell you, most people's mindset is, no way, that's a waste of time. If I don't get a sale, that's 2 hours each way. That's half a day, and what a waste of time. So that's one mindset. My mindset is, hey, if I have a chance to get a new client, if I have a chance to get a new client, I'm going to drive 2 hours. So I had a situation not too long ago. I got a referral. This person was 2 hours away. They were getting ready to they were turning 65. Hello?
Yeah, I think somebody is trying to join. Okay,
Yeah.
keep going.
All right.
Thanks.
So the mindset is most people will not drive 2 hours for an appointment if they're not sure it's a guaranteed sale. Well, I had this situation. I was talking to the guy. He called me up and he told me he was just going to stay on traditional Medicare. He was not going to do anything. And he would hate to see me drive 2 hours for him not to buy. I mean, this guy told me that. And so I just said to him, I said, look, I said, my job is to educate you on your options. If you choose to stay and that after I educate you, two things are going to happen. One is you're going to thank me for coming out. You're going to feel better about your decision. Two, you're going to switch and do something else because you're going to see, or you're just going to say to him, so I'm going to stay where I am, but I like this guy. He was upfront with me. He wasn't pushy. And everyone in your town, you're going to refer to me who's turning 65 or has Medicare. He goes, okay, come on out. So I go out there, and I'm not going to go into all the details, but it was a crazy deal. It was out in the country. I mean, I had to drive like half a mile to get internet on my computer so I could download stuff so I could present him. It was a crazy situation. But long story short, is my mindset was, if I don't go, I have zero chance of getting a new client and making a sale. Zero if I don't go. If I do go, I mean, I have enough skill that I was pretty confident that I was going to get a new client, get a new sale. So that's a mindset. That's two different mindsets. So here's another mindset difference. Would you prefer to make 60,000 salary working for someone else? Or would you be willing to build a business and start off knowing that you're probably only going to make 20, 18, 15, 25, 30, whatever? Put in that number. It's probably going to be less than 60 in year one, but you're going to be building something. It's going to gradually take off. There's no right or wrong answer. There's not like, if you pick 60, hey, that's great. I mean, some people are happy with that and are fine, and they move up the ladder and they're happy. But what is your mindset? Because to get into the Medicare business and to the insurance business as a whole, the mindset needs to be, I'm building something for the long term versus doing something today. Now look, everyone's different. So sometimes you got to take a short-term gig in order to pay bills. I get that. So I'm not saying, throw caution to the wind and go all out. If you're in a situation, you got family, you got kids, and you got a house payment, all that. What I'm saying is the mindset. Take a look at. Here's a quote. I love this guy, Grant Cardone. If anyone hasn't heard of him or doesn't follow him, I totally can't recommend him enough. He really helps the mindset. His quote is, rich people don't get rich by accident and poor people don't stay poor by accident. Both take effort. Both are work. All right. Let's froze up here. Let's see. So are you trainable? Are you willing to get started before you know every single thing about the business? Are you, or are you spending time on the internet trying to find an easier way, a quicker way? And everything I'm saying here, I've done it, so I'm not making up things, and I'm not saying things that I myself haven't done. But are you trainable? Are you willing to are you going to find a partner, an FMO, or people who have already accomplished what you're trying to accomplish? If somebody hasn't accomplished something when I first got into business, some recruiter called me and wanted me to come over to their company to do Medicare. And I said, hey, look, I'm new. I don't know what I'm doing. I said, if I have a question, who do I call? Can I call you? He's like, oh, no, I'm just a recruiter. I said, well, who do I call? He goes, oh, just call one of the insurance companies. And I'm like, okay, that's not going to work out too well. So again, finding a good partner. Are you trainable? Are you coachable? Do you have someone who's going to help you through the ups and downs of the business? One of the things I like to say in this business is that one day you're on top of the mountain, like you felt like you conquered the Medicare mountain, and next day you want to jump off the mountain. Do you have people who are going to be able to just help you and talk you through it and encourage you and through it all, because it's not an easy business. So I'm going to talk again, mindset, only you can change it, but I just want to give an example of an agent who had the right mindset. She had a great job, making 70 grand. She was recently divorced. Credit was down the tube. She had not much going for her. She built herself up in corporate world, sales jobs and things like that. She was making 70 plus. In the middle of COVID, she got laid off, and she got connected to me, and I told her about the opportunity, and she said, I don't have any experience. I don't even have my insurance license. I'm like, well, if you're interested, I'll teach you, I'll help you, I'll coach you, I'll do everything I can to help you be successful. She went and got her license. She failed the first time. She was discouraged. I'm like, look, everybody fails. The state changes this stuff a lot. I probably would fail the first time because since they changed it. Don't worry about it. There's a lot of successful people who have failed the first time. Just go take it again. So she had no experience, didn't know anything about the insurance business. First year, she made $18,000. So think about that. She went from 70 to 18,000. She did all kind of stuff to make it ends meet. I mean, she had just bought a house and everything before she got laid off. But her mindset was, I'm not going back somewhere else so that I can get laid off again. I'm just gonna build my own business. She worked 6 days a week, sometimes 7. We met on a weekly basis, went over game plans, changed things, always kind of adapting what was working, what was not, always monitoring. So like I said earlier, one day she felt she had conquered the business. The other day she felt like she was diving off the business, off the Medicare mountain. But she continued to believe that she should do this because she already had some success. She had the mindset to know that quitting was not an option. She had high monthly goals. I mean, I even told her they're not even realistic. That's how high she was setting them. I was like, you're too new. I don't know why you're doing this. But she was determined. I mean, if she set 30 a month, her mentality and her mindset was, I'm going to set 30. I know I might only get 20, but I said, most agents don't even do 10. So she was getting very close. And if she would get close to her numbers, she would move it up even higher. So she was constantly motivated, constantly moving things. She was not shy about asking questions. Her first 20 to 30 sales, she called me when she was in the home and said, what plan should I put them on? This is their situation. Sometimes I was even on speakerphone. So she was not afraid to get in the door, even if she didn't know everything. And I always say, if you know 1% more than the person you're talking to, you're perceived as an expert. but she never quit. She's going to hit her 100K this January residual after 2.5 years in the business. I told her she probably wouldn't get there till 3, 4, maybe 5 years, and she said, "No, I'm motivated. I got the mindset that I'm going to be there." She hit it quicker than any of my other agents. Matter of fact, she hit it quicker than I hit it in the business. So again, the key to all of this is success story. We talked about why Medicare. We talked about marketing, grassroots. But at the end of the day, what carried her and what makes her different than just about any other agent I have, to be honest, is that her mindset was like, if I can get in the house, I have a shot. I have a chance, even if I don't know everything I need to know. She knew she was never going to put someone on a plan that wasn't good for them. If she had any doubts, she knew I was a phone call away. So she felt like she had everything she needed. She just needed to get in front of people. And her mindset was that I'm going to be a better agent than the agent they currently have. I'm going to follow up with them. I'm going to help them when they have a problem. And I can do better for them than their current agent is. So one of the quotes I love by Napoleon Hill, another great book, if you haven't read it, is Think and Grow Rich, is he studied all the most successful people. Andrew Carnegie paid him on a 20-year span to go all around the world and the country to interview and study what are the most successful people doing. And one of the characteristics that he came up with that was the common theme with all of the people is that they all became successful one step beyond their greatest failure. I mean, think about that. Think about why that is. Because all the other people quit. All the other people's mindset was, oh, I gave this up. I started a business, I failed. I better go get a real job or whatever. But that's not how successful people think. So that was one of the characteristics. So his quote is, most great people have attained their greatest success just one step beyond their greatest failure. So today, it's just a call of action. You know, you can go and come on webinars. You can listen to all kind of people, podcasts and sales books and everything like that. But are you ready to commit to your success? And maybe it's not even in Medicare. Maybe it's not even in the insurance business. I know most of you probably are licensed, but whatever that might be, are you committed to your success? What is holding you back? If you're doing regular insurance, but you're not making the money you want to make, why not Medicare? Why not commit to something that we all know what renewals are? We know they're lifetime renewals. We know that more than 10,000 people every single day turning 65 in the U.S. We know that and this is interesting. So this week I went to one of the insurance companies' rollouts. They were telling us basically rolling out what they're going to be doing for 2024. There's 120 agents in there, and I'll be upfront. I'm 52 years old, and I was by far the youngest person in the room, by far. And I was thinking to myself, like, what a great opportunity! Like, so that we haven't even replaced. We're not even on a pace in the Medicare business to replace the current agents that are going to either retire or sell their books or whatever that may be. So So if you're tired of being a spectator and you're tired of just getting along and you're sick and tired of being sick and tired and you want to take a step forward, I'm just going to ask you, contact Abdash, contact us. We can help you put a plan together to get things started. Most of you on here are probably interested in growing your business, growing your revenue. Because if not, you probably wouldn't be on this if you were hitting the income and the revenue that you wanted to be hitting. So just raise your hand, let us know, reach out to Abdash and even through the chat, ask any questions on here. Talk about being a spectator, Grant Cardone, one of his many quotes is, spectators pay, players get paid. So let's be a player. And then this was from another one. So the way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing.
So feel free to reach out if you want to, get any kind of mentorship or guidance or help in, growing your business, and we should be able to work together and, figure out some kind of a plan or roadmap for that. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you have any questions or you want to share something, then please leave comments below. And don't forget to hit subscribe and like this channel so that you don't miss any subsequent videos. Thank you.